requirements for you can fix this by going backwards.
Incredible idea, and will allow the company to create their own product.
Engine 5, Engine 5, we're testing outside the structure. Plane D13, 4806 upriver, 4806 upriver. You're going to find us us, 2002.
Are you more worried about U.S.
Una strada verso l'alto. In Dio ogni parola è parola rivolta. È un invito alla conversazione, parola mai uguale a se stessa.
My front fan move to
Il
quarantine.
rinnovamento che il Concilio Vaticano II ha promesso e che vedremo fiorire solo camminando insieme all'intera umanità, separandoci.
To the races. Best part about these targets is you can put them anywhere and then you can train to your heart's delight. So just aim and then fire, and you can repeat over and over again. Now all of this comes as a part of the laser strike training system, and the rest of it is right over here. Not only do you get those digital seal targets if you want them, you get these push rods, the batteries, the O-rings, everything that you need. Now let's be honest, if you want a gun, it's
this video graphics card and install the right driver. Now when you've done that, the virtual machine does this time install elements at a time. So we just fix this by going backwards, and here we are back. And there's various things that can be done here, some of which I'll return to later in the video, but the critical one is that if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, and on this computer there is an NVIDIA graphics card, we need to launch the driver manager and install the right drivers for the NVIDIA card.
We salute their service, our fight,
Thing like that. But for me, it has all the functionality that I need. It's stable and it just works. And just like Todoist, Standard Notes is cross-platform. It's not a Linux-specific app by any means, but there's a Linux version available for those of you within my audience. But there's also versions available for Windows and Mac OS. In fact, you can even use it on your phone, and it syncs your notes between devices. And just like Todoist, Standard Notes is cross-platform. It's not a Linux-specific app by any means, but there's a Linux version available for those of you within my audience. There's also versions available for Windows and Mac OS. In fact, you can even use it on your phone, and it syncs your notes between devices, so it can be your one note-taking app for all note-taking purposes.
At the same time, without fixing the basics, the company began pushing AI into every part of the service.
And this is called customers. I'm going to call them real quick. If you'll give me a minute, and I'll let you know.
Hey, your driver on you. You get shot in the fucking head. I won't give a fuck. Fuck her and her stupid.
And just like Todoist, Standard Notes is cross-platform. It's not a Linux-specific app by any means, but there's a Linux version available for those of you within my audience, but there's also versions available for Windows and Mac OS as well. In fact, you can even use it on your phone. and it syncs your notes between devices, so it could be your one note-taking app or all
various things that
note-taking
you can
devices.
here, some of which I'll return to later in the video, but the critical one is that if you have an NVIDIA induction on this computer who's still the right drive for the NVIDIA graphics.
About dismantling conservative institutions. This week, when the president was asked by a reporter about Speaker Whitman, he claimed he didn't even know who she was. One of the most high-profile assassinations of American president in recent memory of
his lawyer says he has not yet been medically cleared by the jail. And we have new reporting tonight on Nick and his complicated relationship with his parents. Morgan Chesky starts us off tonight at the courthouse in Los Angeles.
These are some of the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring.
By electronic phasing. So even back in the 50s, when you could do this.
Fighter pilot Redford for John
In Europe, we have another geostationary radar that's about the size, but with fully electronic phasing.
This December, we have been all over this country, and one idea will be flying high.
Today, 14 years in counting, our Made in America Christmas stores
you view India
Proton VPN.
Hello.
You all know what it is. Not so on Windows. You will install drivers to get anything either the manufacturer will have a schedule, in which case I hope you can use that, or you'll have to hunt online through cryptic websites to find the exact model among 200 different ones that have almost the same serial number. macOS might also work without installing a specific driver, but the
Medic 14 from Fire Dispatch.
from 200 different ones that have almost the same serial number. macOS might 200 different ones without installing almost the same serial number. macOS might also work without installing specific drivers.
Doesn't mean I like getting shot. I'm not gonna say nothing about that. I'll leave that for Chris Rock. Every big sports player was probably regular.
Do you have any secrets on how you do this? We have that hidden target forward qualifies for refinements.
This is something that we were timed, we worked on it, it really...
5-9er, got 15 at 2, Alice Space, 3 souls, 8 fuel.
Roger that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I
all the way through, stay right, and then you're going to come to the apartment. Should we, usually we do
Shot number 40 gets a total of 5.
And then secondly is the virtual bomb extension pack, which adds additional functionality such as extended USB support and the ability to access a webcam. The advanced extension pack is free for personal, educational or evaluation use. It requires a paid license for commercial use. So let's click on download over there, and first of all download the base package from Windows hosts. There we are. We'll just save the file. The layout.
Yeah, I remember having to disconnect an AT&T alarm. Those speeds availed to have the SIM card in it. Alrighty. House and boat.
At the time, I didn't know how much they saw. I do now. Yeah.
Did you know what I was doing?
I said to them,
A quick lesson in life. See, this is what us real cops do. We study lies. Example, if I ask you a question about something visual, like your color and your eyes, without stumbling over the word,
coming in this country is just used not just because of the fact that border has laid border across the United States and Mexico, but also by the cartels and curtailed the
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Safety program at the center because I heard that we do not have anything in place. And if we do not have anything in place, we need to fix that because we're putting the city in liability. I don't know if we do have safety measures in place.
Out to 932. Yeah. Very good.
$2018 Chrysler, registered to Villanueva, out of Bonnie. Expires January of 26. Insurance showing unconfirmed.
3125.
In fact, there's yet another means we could use to access Windows software within a Linux distro, and that is something I'll be covering in next week's video. Oh look, it's once again a pink time of day, and I thought we'd taking a look at OS 16
I said to them,
so, what do you get if you pay 30?
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Sitting around and not able to give out cards. Once the bad thing started.
Setting aside that stumbling over the word articulable is objectively...
Okay, and then 915, I'm
the layout.
Available, running on Station 72 for training.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate
So to conclude on Cosmic and Northwest, I know what they thought. It is a night to allegedly kill his parents. Reiner was expected to appear in court today, but his lawyer says he has not yet been medically cleared by the jail. And we have new reporting tonight on Nick and his complicated relationship with his parents. Morgan Chesky starts us off tonight at the courthouse in Los Angeles.
These are some of the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring.
And this is all steered by electronic phasing. So even back in the 50s, one knew that you could do this.
Redbird for John
in Europe, we had another geostationary radar that's about that size, but with fully electronic steering down the
Christmas this December, we have been all over this country, and one idea is flying high.
Tonight, 14 years and counting. Our Made in America president shaking hands and hoping to
35, 24, 13, 1313.
Right. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, she's right. Esparza and Shelton. Yes.
Yes, one.
All right. So we'll start with Councilwoman Ball. Hold on 1 second. She's going to write it down real quick.
Are you ready, Norma?
Okay. Are you ready, Norma?
Okay, please proceed.
She's ready. Okay, please proceed.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez?
Okay, Mr. Hernandez?
Sparse.
But never decided. We created endless projects with no accountable owners. We have high churn with little progress and few outputs. That sounds about like the exact opposite of SpaceX. We treated innovation as a box to check, not an outcome to deliver. In short, when it comes to our current threat environment, we're playing a dangerous game with potentially fatal consequences. We need innovation to come from anywhere and evolve with speed and purpose. You see, America's open scientific community is an advantage authoritarian regimes cannot replicate. They can read our scientific papers and copy our invention or distill our AI models, but they cannot replicate a culture like this one, of open and distributed research. We need to be blunt here. We can no longer afford to wait a decade for our legacy prime contractors to deliver the next perfect system, only to find that it's delivered years behind schedule and cost 10 times what it should. Winning requires a new playbook. Elon wrote it with his algorithm. Question every requirement, delete the dumb ones, and accelerate like hell.
Negative fight in progress.
That's why I want to make clear across the War Department and for our partners in the private sector that our Undersecretary of War for Research and Engineering, Emil Michael right here in the front row, is the War Department's single chief technology officer, one CTO for the entire enterprise. As the sole CTO, Emil will set the technical direction, lead the innovation ecosystem that will welcome progress from anywhere it resides. And he'll tell me, face to face, every day, and frankly, whether we are gaining or losing the technology and innovation competition. We'll have the decision authority and will lead through rigorous evaluation with a focus on real, measurable outcomes. Now, Congress, and we have many members of Congress with us here today, will be our partner in this. By affirming the Undersecretary's role as the Department's CTO, we're carrying out the core mission that Congress assigned in statute. The last defense bill expanded the CTO's authorities, including the power to direct military departments and other components to align around clear, innovative outcomes. We will use them to deliver those outcomes with speed and urgency. An empowered CTO will inject a disruptive mindset directly into our systems, directing the power of America's world-leading scientists and entrepreneurs, our cutting-edge labs, the tech ecosystem, and our capital markets to build what the warfighter needs, but to do so better, faster, and cheaper. And Emil is the right man to do it. You see, this isn't about military structure. This is about building an innovation pipeline that cuts through the overgrown bureaucratic underbrush and clears away the debris, Elon style, preferably with a chainsaw.
And again, Republicans
to do so at speed and urgency that meets the moment.
Healthcare issue is they know.
As I've said repeatedly to every audience, the President of the United States and I have the backs of our warfighters.
I know they haven't been explicit about that.
I think they're quietly rooting for these decisions on the battlefield.
Have taken matters into their own hands.
I want this audience to know that we also have the backs of innovators who share that very same urgency. American taxpayers, especially those parents whose sons and daughters have answered the call to serve, I swore in more today, demand, and I demand, and we demand, that we arm our warfighters with overwhelming and lethal technology right now, not a decade from now. In modern warfare, the fastest innovator and iterator will be the winner, and no one can out-innovate an American entrepreneur who has been liberated from the constraints of stifling bureaucracy. That old era ends today. We are done running a peacetime science fair while our potential adversaries are running a wartime arms race. Right now, from garage startups to factory floors to boardrooms across our nation, the question of how to harness innovation coming out of America's AI ecosystem is front and center, and rightfully so. Because it has the potential to disrupt and transform every area of human endeavor. The same is true in the Department of War. President Trump's AI executive order spells out our approach succinctly. It is the policy of the United States to sustain and enhance America's global AI dominance in defense of human flourishing, economic competitiveness, and national security. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the War Department's mission. We must ensure that America's military AI dominance, so that no adversary can exploit that same technology to hold our national security interests or our citizens at risk. America first in every domain.
So let's do that right now.
Last month I took the first step toward changing how the department does business with frontier AI technologies. When we announced the rollout of Gen AI with our partners, and I want to thank the Google team for leaning forward and making the investment to get their Gemini app to about 3 million users in the War Department.
And you can even type a description.
Today, we're excited to announce the number frontier AI model company to join GenAI.net, and that is Grok from XAI, which will go live later this month. So I want to thank you, Elon, and your incredible team for leaning forward with us on this as well. Very soon we will have the world's leading AI models on every unclassified and classified network throughout our department. Long overdue. To further that, today at my direction, we're executing an AI acceleration strategy that will extend our lead in military AI established during President Trump's first term. This strategy will unleash experimentation, eliminate bureaucratic barriers, focus on investments, and demonstrate the execution approach needed to ensure we lead in military AI and that it grows more dominant into the future. In short, we will win this race by becoming an AI-first unified force across all domains, from the back offices of the Pentagon to the tactical edge on the front. The catalyst of this acceleration will be 7 case-setting projects focused on mission threads across warfighting, intelligence, and enterprise missions, each with a single, accountable accountable leader, aggressive timelines, and measurable outcomes that answer a familiar question, Elon. What have you accomplished this week? This is the execution standard for AI-first transformation. Each of the 7 pace-setting projects will use the following model. One owner who reports monthly on their progress. These projects will not be run in a vacuum, but will work directly with warfighters and transition partners to ensure we incorporate real-time operational feedback. We expect rapid iterations with failure accelerating the learning curve. These are not science projects. They are not governance. They are the execution standard for the entire department. We will not win the future by sprinkling AI on old tactics like digital pixie dust. We will win by discovering entirely new ways of fighting. That's why we run continuous experimentation campaigns, quarterly force-on-force combat labs with AI-coordinated swarms, agent-based cyber defense, and distributed command and control. Pushing the envelope, learning from failure at every stop, which is exactly what this place does. You see, our department doesn't accept failure in the past, and so we never fail, which means we never learn. We're flipping that dynamic. Before talking about the new rules of the game, let me talk about a little bit more about our new team, because no game can be won without the right team. And we're proud to announce that Mr. Cameron Stanley has been appointed the new Chief Digital and Artificial Intelligence Officer, CDAO, of our War Department. Cam will be leading a new team, many of whom have foregone, thank you, or left lucrative careers at pioneer companies such as AWS, Databricks, Palantir, and Meta to join the fight. This team will not only provide a catalyst for change in this department, but will also act, we believe, as a magnet for other talented members of the tech community who want to join us in doing the mission-focused work to protect our great republic.
Someone is following you?
So let's talk about the new rules.
You can actually
First, speed. Speed wins. Speed dominates. Our enterprise currently operates on staffing and committee cycles measured in months and years, and that's unacceptable.
You can identify their
military AI is going to be a race for the foreseeable future, where the risks to U.S. national security of moving too slowly outweigh the impacts of imperfect alignment. To do this, Cam and his team at CDAO will define AI deployment velocity metrics for all the pace-setting projects in the next 30 days, and report at least monthly after that. These will become the new benchmarks for programs across the department. Second, bureaucratic blockers. If you work with Elon, you know he finds the blockers and you remove them. We will take a wartime approach to people and policies that block this progress. You want to block? You work somewhere else. Barriers to data sharing, authority to operate, or ATOs, test and evaluation, and contracting are now treated as operational risks, not simply bureaucratic inconveniences. We are blowing up these barriers. That's why today at my direction, I'm establishing a barrier removal SWAT team under R&E with the authority to waive non-statutory requirements and escalate to our great Deputy Secretary Steve Feinberg anything that slows down the acceleration of AI capabilities. Third, compute resource. We will invest heavily in expanding our access to AI compute, from data centers to the tactical edge, and we'll tap into hundreds of billions of dollars in private capital flowing into American AI. President Trump's executive order has directed us to build data centers on military land and to work with the Department of Energy to ensure that we dramatically increase the number and breadth of resources needed to power this computing infrastructure. We will work together with our partners at Google and AWS and Oracle and SpaceX, Microsoft and others on these initiatives. Fourth pillar, especially in this room, you'll understand it. We will use every hiring and pay authority available to us to bring the best American technical talent and reward effective AI transformations by our workforce. We're going to heavily leverage President Trump's Tech Force initiative to bring in the best and brightest from industry and academia. With people like Elon, others from the entrepreneurial and business world already in government, we have shown that we can and that we must enlist the world's leading talent in this cause. Fifth, responsible AI. Today I want to clarify what responsible AI means at the Department of War. Gone are the days of equitable AI and other DEI and social justice infusions that constrain and confuse our employment of this technology. Effective immediately, responsible AI at the War Department means objectively truthful AI capabilities employed securely and within the laws governing the activities of the department. We will not employ AI models that won't allow you to fight wars. We will judge AI models on this standard alone. Factually accurate, mission relevant, without ideological constraints that limit lawful military applications. Department of War AI will not be woke. It will work for us. We're building war-ready weapons and systems, not chatbots for an Ivy League faculty lounge. Sixth, and finally, data. AI is only as good as the data that feeds it. And the U.S. military has an asymmetric data advantage from 2 decades of military and intelligence operations that no other military in the world can replicate. But right now, we are underutilizing this advantage. Too much of our data is stranded. It's stuck in bespoke program databases, locked behind Title 10 or Title 50 stovepipes, invisible to operators, engineers, and industry who could help us exploit it with winning speed and scale. And that's why today, at my direction, CDAO will exercise its full authority to enforce the DOW data decrees and make all appropriate data available across federated IT systems for AI exploitation, including mission systems across every service and component. Each service secretary and component head will submit catalogs of their current data assets to the CDAO within 30 days. Denials of data access requests will be reported to the CTO within 7 days, and they better have a good justification. Today, I'm also directing the Undersecretary for Intelligence and Security, Brad Hansel, to ensure appropriate data from across our intelligence enterprise receives the same treatment and can be fully leveraged to warfighting capability development and operational advantage. AI is only as good as the data that it receives, and we're going to make sure that it's there. Persistent barriers to data access will be escalated to the Deputy Secretary of War for resolution, with authority to reassign or terminate personnel or withhold funding from non-compliant activities within the statutory limits. We'll be clear here. As I said, data hoarding is now a national security risk, and we will treat it that way. AI is an important part of the future, but here's another truth that we've ignored for too long. Beyond AI, we've treated every other kind of innovation as if they're the same. As you know, they're not. We need to break down unnecessary barriers to rapid technological development, adoption, and transition. Some of you will remember this. A generation ago, one of my predecessors, in a dinner speech to industry now infamously known as the Last Supper, advocated for the consolidation of our defense industrial base. This consolidation created a closed innovation ecosystem dominated by just a handful of prime contractors. The results have been characterized by soaring costs, sluggish delivery, and stagnant innovation. That's what President Trump's recent executive order on the defense industrial base and defense companies seeks to address. It makes crystal clear that the priority of the legacy prime contractors must be our nation's national security, not the next earnings call. That means less focus on stock buybacks and more investment on the men and women on the factory floor. It means less stockholder dividends and more investment in infrastructure, plant, and equipment. Today, that old era comes to an end. The Department of War is reopening to the disruptive energy and agile creativity of our nation's tech startups, funded by our world's leading capital markets. I'm directing my Chief Technology Officer to lead this charge, and his wingman, as always in this effort, Undersecretary for Acquisitions and Sustainment, Mike Duffy. For too long, we organized our ecosystem around stages and silos, labs over here, so-called rapid units over there, commercial outreach in a different building or on another coast altogether, and warfare fighters somewhere at the end, almost an afterthought. The result is duplication, drift, and confusion. And like the acquisition process we are already fixing, the creation of organizations to work around the problems in the innovation ecosystem rather than taking the bold steps needed to transform it. We created an whole ecosystem to get around the actual system. No more. Every dollar of innovation, whether it may be in a lab or a startup or a classified shop, must exist to deliver one of three things: game-changing technology, scalable products, or new ways of fighting. If it's not doing one of those three things at speed, it will be realigned or it will go away. And that's why I'm entrusting Emil as the CTO to ensure that this directive across the department is rapidly carried out. Again, what we're talking about today